Session 93. I'm just in a shake around the corner from the Scar because it's a bit more shelter from the wind. There's an absolutely frigid gale blowing and it just wouldn't be pleasant over near the Scar. Yeah, check out those bad boys. The only downer is they fit perfectly in the HL55, but not the ones on my helmet, the HP12s. They're a little bit tight, so I'm going to have to take off those bad boy jackets. I think I found those via a link on UK Caving, so thanks whoever put the link to RS on there. Those, oh shit. So I was here 2 days ago, which was session 92, and it was my first trip down Mossdale in 6 months. 6 months, which is just ridiculous. I think it was like the 27th of September or something when I was last here. I made a couple of attempts in November last year, but on both of those days the weather was really fickle and I ended up turning around on the walk over. So yeah, the trip 2 days ago, the bulk of the effort that day was spent on the swims and the wet bits. I managed to lower the second canal a bit, but there's a little bit of an issue with the third canal. There appears to be a blockage near Boulder Hall, and the third canal is well up. Leakey's swim and the second Drown or Glory have been resurrected, so I'm hoping it's just a temporary thing. I mean, it's possible that it just hasn't had time to drain yet. We had a big flood last weekend, so yeah, today I'm going to try and get some work done. I got to the chalk 2 days ago and I just had a quick look really. I didn't do any work per se, but I have ascertained that the alley cap branch continues beyond where I am for definite. So yeah, it's session 93, 2nd of April 2021. Back again. Twice in 3 days. I was here on Wednesday, last day of March, and I've been underground just over an hour. I think I got in at about 9:15, I think. I left one of my cameras running in Razor Rocks. I've been trying to... There's a multitude of places in Mossdale where if you stop and listen you can hear. I mean, seriously, it sounds like people talking, it's crazy. And there's a number of places. There's about half a dozen I can think of, but the main ones are Razor Rocks and Broadway. And I left a camera running the other day, but it was a little bit too close to the stream, and it's a little bit drowned out by the white water sound, by the thrashing water. But if you listen on a decent stereo system, you can hear the voices. But I'm gonna have another go at the Broadway one, which I've uploaded onto YouTube. But the Razor Rocks one should be pretty good as well. But if at a later date I'd like to get a slightly more sophisticated recording unit, and maybe, because it's quite, well, I don't know, I find it quite relaxing to listen to, you know, especially when so I did some filming on Wednesday. I bought a new camera. My last camera, I scratched the lens session 91, and I did think about getting a new lens, but I just thought I had to do a driving course, and back in January some jobs of cyclists claimed, well, you know, I did pass a little bit closer, but anyway, yeah, he sent the headcam footage to the police and I had to do a course, so I had to buy a new camera, a webcam for that. So I got this new SJ cam, thinking it was kind of the successor, a similar model to my last one. It was a similar model, but it wasn't the 4K version, and I found out the other day when filming that this quality is just shit. I filmed quite a lot of the swims, but it's just not worth using. I might add a little bit to this film at the end, you know. And the sound was really poor. There's like a hissing sound constantly there, like a staticky, well recorded. I might actually send it back. I don't know if I'll be able to get my money back though, but I can always just use it as a webcam. So today, last trip I went to Wolfgate at the end of Alicat in there, and the boulder mud slope in Wolfgate has slumped even further. It's been slowly collapsing, and it's lowered enough at the top that there's some holes appeared, and I very, very carefully climbed up the slope and looked through the holes. I mean, I was kind of arse in your mouth territory. And the passage continues. It's not wide open, but that branch definitely continues. I always have a sense about it, but it's just nightmarish terrain. It's boulders and mud and loose, and but I've got a plan anyway, and I've got enough scaffold to maybe really get somewhere with it. But I'm on the clock today, so I can't spend too long videoing. I'm meeting somebody at the Scar at 1:30, 2ish. So yeah, there was a really big flood at the weekend, and there's just stuff everywhere. So that's the blowpipe which leads to the pitch. I might actually go through now just now. This is a twat. I just made it big enough. So yeah, this is Mossdale's first, what was Mossdale's first official pitch, downwards pitch. You know, it's 6 metres. But when I broke in here, session 69, which was one of my big days in caving, and if you're interested in reading further, read Mossdale session 69. Big day for me. But when I got here, I looked at all that loose up there. I thought, oh God! So I stuck that scaffolding. That scaffold has been there since. Well, that base jack and pole has been there since August 2018. So I installed that, and then I put the bolts in. I actually put 2 bolts in. It was total overkill. I actually thought the pitch was bigger. It looked huge. It looked like 10 metres when I got here. And I got on the rope, started upside down. I'm just like, oh, you fucking idiot. And I mean, it's down climbable, but when I first got here, I was alone, and it looked, So I need a base jack for an alley cat, so I might carefully take that down. Eek. Got all the grass on that bolt. It's a proper wetsuit shredder, is this? Yeah, job done. So I retrieved those 2 bits, and it was a lot easier than I thought. I feared that the scaff clips would be seized and it'd be a real bugger, but I actually managed to do it from where I was filming. I didn't have to stick myself out anymore. I could reach up and get them. So nothing's moved in there. So if I have to go back to that area, I'll probably reinstall something. I've just brought this down as well. One of my scaff clips from Ashton Hall. One of my robs from Ashton Hall, I should say. Well, it got left by the people that were working there, so it wasn't really a rob. And here's some of my insulation left by flooding. It's really good stuff to lay on. Is this? This is again. This is also from Ashton Hall. They had all the balustrades in the entrance reception wrapped up in it, and I discovered it's really good to lay down on. I also made a drill case out of it. It's been really good. I bought a box for my drill first, and what a waste of fucking money that was. Fucking 70 quid. Honestly, if you've got a drill, do not buy a box to carry it in. Just make a bag or something. You will very quickly get sick of carrying a bloody box. It's 12:05. It's 12:05. It's 12:05. It's 12:05. And everything that I was going to say has just vanished from my head. Honestly, I'm fucking terrible around camera. Right, it's coming up to 12:10. I'm going to have to get going pretty soon. But it's been a really good session. Probably the most productive session I've had in a couple of years. I think also because I kind of feel like I'm on the right track again now. There's a little bit more satisfaction in the work and the effort it requires. Yeah, I had a moment about an hour ago. I was like, hard at it. You know, you've got all your thoughts going on in your head. And I just thought, shit, this just feels like exactly how it felt when I was building the original cage. Like 3 years. It won't... God, it's almost 4 years. Well, it'll be 4 years in summer, this summer. And it just felt like that. Just like absolute silence. And, yeah, just lost in your work. And you kind of come to and you're like, you know, I'm down Mossdale, you know, finally. So yeah, this is trench. It's a little... The floods have washed a lot of sand in, and it's actually a lot more pleasant than it was, but it's still miserable. Especially with all the dripping water, there's still a lot of seepage here. Yeah. When I first broke into here, it was just awful. Absolutely awful. And I could feel a draft. I can feel it now. Really cold as well. Keeps blasting me in the face every now and again. So yeah, the water... It's a little bit dodgy. I did have kind of like a protective scaffold cage in here that I started building probably June, July 2018, and I think when I decided I was going to kind of commit to the lower level, there's a level under this, you know, instead of bringing more scaffold up, which is just donkey work, when you've already brought, you know, when you've already got a lot of gear up here, so I kind of really carefully stripped the scaffold out, and that's when I started having issues with rockfall and stuff, and nearly getting twatted. So yeah, I've actually done a better job than I had before. I've got a base jack. There's like an anchor point, and then I've built off it. I'm trying to support all this, so I'm going to build off this, but I've got something solid to work off, and I think that's been there since summer 2018 as that base jack, holding all that back. It is holding a lot back. If I pulled that out, I'd just get buried probably. So yeah, this is Wolfgate chamber, and this slope has slowly been, I mean, the top of the slope used to be up there, right up underneath this really, and it's been subsiding, it's been collapsing, and up at the top, up there, just over that little mound, there's a hole, and it goes through into you know, a further section It's not wide open, but you know, but I've always had a feeling about this area. Right, look all that hanging depth up there. Lovely, eh? But I'm jumpy as hell in here at the moment because, well, I've had my fair share of close calls in here. I really have. I got very, very lucky last year. That's the pot, which was really promising, but God, it's just getting down there, and I can feel the draft again here now. Yeah. Yeah, I can feel it against my face. Yeah, so I always had a kind of a sense about this area, you know, that it was, you know, the key. But it's just, you know, I was kind of hoping there'd be an easier way on somewhere without having to deal with this type of terrain, because it's absolutely lethal. I mean, you can't really get a sense from the video, but literally that's a 45-degree slope. Pretty much. And last year I got very lucky. A boulder rolled from the top. When this slope started slumping, a boulder rolled down from the top and almost got me. Well, it cracked the back of my hand. So it's just good to get going. And there've not been too many swear words today. That scaff clip got some abuse. It took some. It's been a while since they've been sprayed. They've been sat down here for a couple of years of these clips. Well, it's been a couple of years since they were sprayed. They've been down even longer. So yeah, I'm actually filming because that camera that I bought's a total load of shit. I'm back using an old iPhone 4, which, to be frank, you know, they are bloody good, these camera phones. You know, you just got to be careful you don't drop them in water. The camera I bought was waterproof and it had a case and everything, but the acoustics, the audio was crap anyway. Every time you banged the camera, you could hear it. But I'm trying not to let this video inside ruin the work side, so literally it's just going to be short videos. I might take some pictures on the way out. I might even film a little bit of the swim, but you know, I've filmed that plenty. And in there was Little Shop of Horrors, which is no more. And that's looking straight up. When I started work here, this whole area where I'm sat now was just, it was a little chamber, like an igloo of boulders, and this is what I classed as the ramp. That's actually the top of the ramp, and I dug through up this mud slope, and that's where I popped out first when I originally broke into this bit. And while I was working that, where I'm sat now all collapsed, and I literally pulled all the boulders out and broke them up. And it's actually quite a big space. I think floods have actually opened this up a little bit. They've definitely opened the pot. Right, anyway, I'm getting ready to go out. Yeah, so I'm back in Boulder Hall. Yeah, this is definitely the issue. So just upstream of here is what I call the third canal. So it's the site of the original swim, and the end of a very waterlogged section. This here, this used to be a boulder bridge, and it's been crumbling this past couple, well, I think couple of years, I think. I forget when I noticed it had first collapsed. Might have been March last year actually. But anyway, but the water used to run quite freely through here. I mean, it just, you know, there was nothing stopping it, and it's blocked up. So I think that's what's causing the rising water level. Yeah, so this is where I drown the iPhone. So I think this is, usually this is tons of airspace, and it has been the case for as long as I've been visiting Mossdale. But I think this is Leakey's second drown or glory, I think. Well, it's the only feature I can think of that could be. So, but I did often wonder about it. The water is so cold. Oh God, it's so cold. Cold. I'm just trying not to drown the bloody camera. So this is the old swim, just here, and it's very deep at the moment. Literally, I am pretty much. Oh God, onto my neck. Oh jeez, I just managed to go through on tiptoes. Just. Wednesday, it was a swim. It's very deep. So yeah, this is what I class as the third canal. And this is the infamous Cobble Dam. Yeah, so when I came in on Wednesday, it was probably up here, and it shifted. The one good thing about coming in after a flood is that the cobbles are really loose, so it's really easy to clear. And that's the Drown or Glory in there. I'm not sure I'm going to film it, to be frank, because trying to look after this phone.